Hello, sports fans. Welcome to another edition of VetsPlusSports.com. This is your host, Terrell Cool Beans Davis, along with my co-host, Mr. James Miller.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing this Sunday night? Hope y'all staying warm. It's still cold here in southern West Virginia. Before we get into this episode, I'll let Beans do a shout out to our listeners.
We'd like to give a shout out to those that come to watch the live. Thank you for giving us all attention. And for those that'll come back and watch the replay, thank y'all for that. In our radio edition, we have cities like LA, California, San Jose, California, Boardman, Oregon, Ashburn, Virginia, Washington, D.C. Thank y'all for listening.
And you mentioned Los Angeles. Let's go Rams.
Yes, go Rams. Make me at least 1-3 this weekend. Last weekend I was awesome, 6-0, and it's 0-3 so far.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we get into our football, do you have anything with women's NBA before I get into NBA scores?
Nope. Other than the lockout going on, we discussed that last time, and is failing, unrivaled.
All right,
Ratings are down.
Well, I'll go to because it was we just on the air a couple nights ago because we wasn't able to make it last Sunday night. But I'll go some scores here for the NBA. I try to move this around so I could see here. All right, right now in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left, you got the Bulls on top of the Nets, 117-92. You got the Rockets over the Pelicans in the fourth quarter with 3:48 left. The Rockets are up 112-100. Out west in Denver, you got the Nuggets and the Hornets going at it. Are you ready for this right now? Almost halftime. The Hornets 56, the Nuggets 34.
Dang. The Hornets on the over the Nuggets?
Yes. I don't know if anybody's out or what for Denver or what it is, but so then you've got a tip-off coming up. They should be now. It's you got the Kings and Trailblazers at 9:30. You got the Raptors playing the Lakers. You got one final, the Grizzlies over the Magic, 126-109. So
Yeah.
let's see here. All right. I'll go ahead and hit some men's basketball if it can get it up here.
Cool beans.
Some scores. Probably a couple games today. Actually, I think there's one today that's coming out of the Big 12. Houston beat Arizona State 103-73.
All right, go Houston.
That was the only game played today. Let's see what games was yesterday. I'll run down the scores. Number one, Arizona beat UCF 84-77. Number two, Iowa State got beat by Cincinnati 79-70. Then you've got number three, UConn beat Georgetown 64-62. Number four, Michigan over Oregon 81-71. Number five, Purdue over USC 69-64. Number six, Duke beating Stanford 80-50. Nebraska over Northwestern 77-58. Number nine, Gonzaga beating Seattle U 71-50. And then you've got Florida over Vanderbilt 98-94. Texas Tech beat BYU 84-71. Michigan State over Washington 80-63. And then let's see. Illinois beat Minnesota 77-67. North Carolina got beat by California 84-78. Virginia beat SMU 72-68. Georgia over Arkansas 90-76. Alabama beat Oklahoma 83-81. Louisville over Pittsburgh 100-59.
Ooh.
Clemson over Miami 69-59. Grand Canyon upset Utah State 84-74. Kentucky beat Tennessee. I guess it kind of be an upset. Tennessee's 24th. Kentucky wasn't ranked,
Right.
but 80-78. And then Seton Hall got beat by Butler 77-66. That was a rundown of the basketball scores yesterday.
Well, Rams heard you.
So, all right.
Cool beans. So far, this game is going our way right now.
Shh, there's still too much time left.
I know. That's the bad part.
All right. Let's get to some hockey here. And then we'll just go ahead and dive into this weekend's games. Right now, at the end of the first period, you've got the Oilers over the Blues 3-0. Lightning beat the Stars today 4-1. And then the Red Wings beat the Senators 4-3. That's all the games for hockey for today. That was
The
on
question.
slate. Yes.
We got, because I know we didn't do it last time. Now, those Panthers are two-time defending champions. How do they look this year? Do they look like they're back in it?
All right, may get to the standings. That's Carolina, I think, right?
Nah, Florida Panthers.
Florida. They are right now are 20. They're 25-19, and they're not doing too good. That they're in second to last place in the Atlantic Division.
Oh well, we never mind. They don't look like they're doing nothing.
But,
maybe the Oilers can take it this year.
But I'm trying to figure out how this works. They're only really 3 games back from Detroit, who is in second place. So I'm trying to see. All right, points wise, they are 11 points from first place and second. So I don't know how this works, but they're second to last in that division right now. Which it's still, well, still got what, 3 months?
Yeah, pretty much. Because they play right when the basketball playoffs start, their playoffs start. So we got April. Yeah.
If you remember, though, last year they came in at the very last second. They barely made it. Made it, and then they made
just barely made it in the playoffs, and then they took it. They won it all.
So, yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. But I mean, like I said, it's not like even though they're second to last. I mean, they ain't that many games from second or first,
right?
I mean, so we'll keep an eye on it and how that goes. I'd seen something a minute ago. I'll go to it. Major League Baseball as far as that goes. Um, the Atlanta Braves, their shortstop Kim is going to be out 4 to 5 months with his finger, so that'll put him going into the start of the season, about two
Right.
months into the start of the season, because they should be starting spring ball here in a few weeks, February, I think, if they ain't started already.
Right.
Let's see. That's about it. That's about it right now. All right, that's it. That's all for Major League Baseball for right now.
Cool beans.
They should be, like I said, they should be starting spring training or getting ready to. So you see, you think about this. The teams that don't make the playoffs are off the whole month of October,
Mm-hmm.
November, December, and then parts of whatever January whenever they come back. So they're off almost 4 months. But
Right.
if you make a run in the playoffs, then you're not off as much as long.
That's true because you'll be playing all month of the playoffs are in September, right? And the World
Uh,
Series is in October.
well, the playoffs start beginning of October, um, and then the World Series starts usually the last week of October, runs into November,
November. Okay.
depending on how these series goes. All right, as far as college, everybody knows tomorrow night's the national championship. You've got Miami, you've got Indiana, which I think should be a good game, but we'll see.
Right. I need the
Uh,
Indiana game so it'll improve my stats this weekend.
I will say this: this was your worst weekend all season. I don't think you finished under 500, but I mean you weren't even close to coming 500. And this weekend you will finish under 500.
Yep.
If the Rams
Hoping to
win,
get 25%.
if the Rams win, you go to 1-3. But I just seen there in college, they's talking about they're tied up between the Big Ten and the SEC on expanding the playoffs to a 16 team. I think they should. I think they should go and just stop at 16.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
but
they got enough colleges for that, and that'll kind of alleviate some of that nonsense to where how Notre Dame didn't make it. This what you call it? BYU didn't make it in the playoffs this time.
and my thing is, all right, I'm going to say this. I think we may have talked about this, or I may have mentioned it. Like the teams like Tulane was in there and James Madison.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a Power Four or a Power Five on your schedule, place one of those,
You shouldn't get
and
in.
not at least contended and made it a game, you should not be in the playoff.
Yep.
I'm sorry, you shouldn't be in the playoffs. We've seen why this coming year. This ain't like basketball. This ain't like baseball. Um, so if you ain't playing a big school and you either, I mean, not making the game or making a showing, you don't deserve to be in it. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, because you can tell if you at least make it a game, you can tell that okay, you are ready for this caliber type of play. You
Yeah.
can put out this kind of
Hmm.
material versus like because I can see myself right now because you got to think about behind the scenes the people that's trying to get the commercials. I'm trying to sell this to advertisers. Coca-Cola be like, nah, I'm not paying for that. That's gonna be a blowout. Nobody's
And
watching that game.
I'll say this: hats off to Marshall. Marshall always schedules a big school. They're
Yeah,
non-conference. They always schedule. They may get pounded, but they always schedule a big school. Hats off to that. That's the only way how you can compete and be able to learn from it.
yeah,
And And if you don't have one of those on your schedule, even though you win that division or that championship, you shouldn't be in it. Sorry.
Yep.
And that proved it. That proved it this year. So, um, but we'll see what happens. I like to see it to go to 16 teams and just leave it there. Leave it at there. No more
Yeah.
than that, because you get more into that, and it's not going to be. You're going to have blowouts like you had this past year.
Right. Now here's
So
the thing. If you go 16 teams, Wizards gonna now leave. What you gonna have four people have buys? Or just make all 16 play no buys, everybody gonna have a game.
I think they still have. Let's see. If you got 16, you still have. I think you still have your 4 buys
Mm-hmm.
because that still leaves.
12
That's
people to play.
yeah. You're adding 2 extra games. So yeah, you still have your 4 buys, and then those would play, and I guess it would work that way, or maybe there wouldn't be no buys.
Yeah, because you can still
Yeah,
have
yeah. I think yeah. No, you couldn't have no buys because once you do that, you got 16 teams. There would be no buys because you'd have one playing 16, two playing 15, three playing
right.
14. So there would be no buys. So yeah, I would do that and leave it at 16 and just go from there. Um, all right, let's get to. All right, let's get to some NFL football. What do you say?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, you had 2 big games yesterday. Um, you had. I'm going to do the second game first.
Okay, yeah.
49ers forgot to show up. They well, I ain't gonna
They were
say
on injury
I,
report. They had too many people on. I
I ain't gonna say they forgot to show up, but I'm gonna say this: the Seattle Seahawks defense looked like the Legion of Boom back in 10 years ago. They looked like the Legion of Boom. That defense that was tough. That's what they looked like. Yesterday.
mm,
Um, and I'm gonna say this: it was a good recipe for Seahawks to win, not putting the ball in Sam Darnold's hands.
yep.
Um, because you had let's see here. Well, they don't even have Sam Darnold's numbers up here in the GameCast. They've got Purdy's up, but let me see. I want to read these right. Okay, yeah, he was 12 of 17 for 124 yards and 1 touchdown. That was Sam Darnold. So he can't if he's not throwing the ball a lot, he's not throwing interceptions.
Right.
Um, so long as he long as he don't have the pressure and they can do what they did, then they may be going to the
He
Super
can
Bowl.
dilfer them into a Super Bowl.
He could. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I knew on the opening kickoff when they got ran back 95 yards, that game was over. Then
I still had hope. I was like,
I was
okay,
like,
they offense can come get this touchdown real quick.
because right now that 49er offense wasn't very explosive, um, and they was already behind. So and it was a bad day altogether for 49ers, but they'll be back next year. Um, I'm just curious to see where Mac Jones goes, where he's going to land.
Yeah,
Maybe that Mac Jones needs to land in Dallas. What do you think?
I know, right?
But all right, then here's the next game. The first game we watched
This is
yesterday.
the one I was waiting for, so I could tell you what I did all day today.
Um, and I'm going to bring up one thing that probably is a big controversy. But the Bills lost the Broncos 33-30. Um, and that was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think, after looking at, and they're going to argue it either way, but if you're going by the rule book's the rule book. After you watch it over and over with Cooks and that catch slash interception,
Mm-hmm.
if you go by the rule book, that's a catch. He's down.
Yes, but guess what?
He's got control. He's laying on
Uh-huh.
his side. He is down by
Uh-huh.
contact. They
Uh-huh.
roll over. He pulls the
Uh-huh.
ball out. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So
You know what made that not a catch?
what's
The
that?
body language. I watched it because
Yeah.
I was arguing that all morning with these Buffalo fans. I wonder now. I understand now where these folks, these Cowboy fans, every year talk about this is our year and why they get. I was like, what, you know what? Is that what we sound like when Buffalo was talking? But what made it not a catch is the body language. Because when you look
Well,
at it
if you look at the
in
body
live
language,
time,
live time, but you
it
got
was so
replay now.
fast.
You got
Yeah, it was so
replay.
fast.
But when
But
you
when they
slow it
got
down the
up,
replay,
uh-huh,
he's laying on his side with the ball,
uh-huh,
control of it,
uh-huh,
being touched, so he's automatically down, even
uh-huh,
though he does the roll,
uh-huh.
because there's been other plays throughout the years in this year, well, he's down by contact. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But here's the thing. What happened when the refs seen it in live motion, when they rolled up, the DB got up acting like he
Yeah.
what you call it,
Well,
and Cooks
I'm
got
not.
up
I'm
and
not.
Cooks' head was down like this. Cooks' head was like Cooks did not even fight to make it look like he caught it. Like when Dez Bryant, when they took that way they catch from Dez Bryant got up and acted like he caught that ball and he was mad, like, no, that's a catch.
Well, he was trying to learn from
Cooks
Des
didn't do
Bryant.
none of that.
He
Cooks
was trying
didn't
to
do
do.
none of that.
He was trying to learn from Des. He said that didn't work for Des, so I'm trying to do it the opposite way.
Yeah.
But in a fast time, I can see that. But then when you slow it down,
Yeah,
and
but when you slow it down, yep, that should have been a catch.
that should have been a catch. And here's the thing: the Bills couldn't challenge it, and supposedly it's being looked at anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you can't say, well, he didn't have control. Well, if you slow mo it and stop it when he was on his side, he had the ball like this, and then when they go to
Yep.
roll, I mean, he's down by contact. But that's the controversy on that. But altogether, when it comes down to it, the Bills blew it. They
Yeah,
blew it.
because you gotta look at because they was talking about that and they was talking about the pass interference at the end of the game. That pass interference that shouldn't have been that technically was pass interference.
It was.
And the
It
other
was.
one when the end zone when the Bills had a receiver and Detroit had that guy pulling on his arm, that was
Yeah.
pass interference. That was a blown call. It wasn't called. But however, you have to look at what really let's look at what Buffalo controls. You can't control what the refs see or what they did not see. We can't control that. But
No.
when you have 5 turnovers to their 1, you usually ain't winning that game anyway.
And here's my thing. We talked about this at work this morning. My thing is, right before halftime, it didn't bother me that the Bills was trying to get in field goal range. They had 20 seconds. That didn't bother me. What bothered me was when Josh Allen took off running, carrying that ball like a loaf of bread,
Yeah, we had that
like he
ball
did.
loose
Um,
because come to think of it, because that whole thing, yeah, I can understand trying to use that 27. I said just kneel it and just go in 10-10 and just come back because you're getting the ball next half. But I see them trying to get that for the extra field goal, throw it down a bomb down the field. But here's the thing: it wasn't open. Josh should have just threw it away. They tried to run with his legs. Where you going? You only got 20 seconds. How you gonna run? Where you gonna go? Just throw it away.
now, I say that game, Josh Allen made some rookie mistakes.
Yes.
Rookie mistakes. This was his year to go to the Super Bowl.
This was definitely his year. No Mahomes, no
Burrow,
Burrow, no Lamar Jackson.
and
You pretty much had it.
he had it. They blew it, and like I said, the problem with uh, with the Bills, Josh Allen needs more help at the receiver positions. He does. I mean, only thing he's got really is Shakir, and I don't even know if he's a top 10 receiver.
You
If you
know,
can put him at that.
I had that argument with a guy this morning. They talked about something because Shakir was their leading receiver and he only got 700 yards for the what you call it. Talking
Yeah,
about some, how are you supposed to win with that? I was
I don't.
like, Trent Dilfer won with a mediocre offense.
Here's my thing.
yeah,
Shakir has never had 1,000 yards receiving. I don't think since he's been there. Um.
Shakir is
So
not a he's like George Pickens. He's not a number one receiver. He's a
no.
good two guy. If
Yep.
you get a number one there, Shakir will get better numbers. But
Yep.
they need a real number one. Shakir is a number two. He's not a
He
one.
is. He is. And they just don't have that. They don't have that explosiveness down the field like they did when they had Diggs there.
This is true. But like we always say, what wins championships?
Defense.
Defense. Now,
Defense.
that offense that Josh Allen had would work if they had a good defense. That defense was, they were not the Ravens defense when Dilfer was in it when they won that 7. They were nowhere near that. But they were pretty good to where they, even though Josh Stidham gave up the ball 5 times, they kept it to where they still was able to get into overtime. It's just even when they got into overtime, it was the offense that screwed it up.
What hurt that defense yesterday too? They just had got Oliver back, and then he went out in the fourth quarter.
That too, yeah.
Their edge rusher, which was helping early.
Mm-hmm.
And so the big news is, and this just changes the whole output of that division of that franchise with Broncos. Is Bo Nix is out, got a broke ankle or leg.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
He broke his bone in his ankle. He's gonna be you know what? If I was him, I'd say, you know what, just tape that mug up.
He played with it.
Yep.
He played with it.
Yep, he did.
I mean, he played with it even in the overtime. He even walked up to him, and when you told me that he was out with a broke leg, I said, "No, there's no way." He was interviewing, and he was fine. But I got to thinking, adrenaline was flowing too.
Yep.
But here's my thing: they are not going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they not.
Yeah, their quarterback they got starting. Have you seen him play?
No,
he can't play. He can't play. He's only started 4 games. Okay, and he was their quarterback like 3 or 4 years ago. The dude, they're done. They're done.
Yep.
Okay.
Drake may go take it. They go. New England is going to be in the Super Bowl.
And who did I predict going to the Super Bowl out of the AFC?
Yeah, you did say New England.
New England. And I think if I have to flip back here, I think I had New England winning it.
Yep. But here's my thing. This generation is not the generation from years ago. Remember Terrell Owens? I'm not even Philly. I hate Philly. Terrell Owens was with Philly. He had broke his leg, and he was out like 6 to 8 weeks. He was like, he's supposed to be gone for the year. Terrell Owens said, "We're going to the Super Bowl. I'm playing." They made it to the Super Bowl, and he did play on that bad leg and got 2 touchdowns.
With a cast or something.
Yeah. He got 2 touchdowns, too.
But,
the sad part is what lost that game was, and they came out years. That's why him and Donovan McNabb didn't get along. They say Donovan McNabb went out the night before, got drunk, and he was sick, and he was throwing up. That's what actually was their downfall. Why they lost that game.
Well, they lost that to the Patriots, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was a Tom Brady thing, so that's the reason they lost. They was playing Brady.
And that also factored in.
Well, here goes Caleb Williams getting ready to make another comeback, ain't he?
Yeah, he got less than 2 minutes.
But
see if they can tie it up, and there'll be another overtime game for the weekend.
Yeah, our boy at work worked with us, Matt Toller. He posted there on Facebook. He's still optimistic with Stidman or however his name is.
Yeah,
I said you better
Stidham
hope
or something like that.
Yeah, Stidham. I said you better hope that defense gets some turnover sixes, some pick sixes or a scoop scoop 6. I said because they ain't advancing with that with him. They're not. It's not going to happen. Not unless you run the ball with Harvey and them, and you just run, throw little screen passes, but
Right.
I mean, Patriots defense is pretty good. Their defense is
Unless
not
that
slouch.
Patriot defense, the Patriot team that played the Chargers show up, because the ones that played the Texans was not the Chargers.
I don't think that team will show up because that was the first game. So I think they done worked the kinks out. So
I don't know what was up with Stroud. He threw 4 picks in the first half.
here's my thing.
I'm
All right, we're talking about that game. That was the first game today. And here he is, and this is his third year in the league. And he threw that bonehead ball.
Yeah, when he just threw it up versus just taking the sack.
In that condition, it was raining. They couldn't hardly throw the ball anyway. And you try to throw something like that. I'm like,
he really
you deserve.
see.
You deserve to lose.
He was throwing it. Yep, that's true.
You deserve to lose when you do stupid stuff like that. I mean,
but that wasn't even the stupid part. The stupid part was the coach left him in after that.
Well, who you gonna put in?
Well, that guy Mills Davis carried him while he was hurt. Remember, CJ missed about 5-6 games. Mills had won all 5 of those games.
It's just, I mean, that was, you take that away, it's a 21-16 ball game.
Yep.
That pick 6. Mm-hmm. That changed a lot of the momentum and everything. But I hated seeing Texans get out of it because their defense was tough.
Yeah.
But look, Drake May, he threw on that defense.
He did.
He threw on that defense. So look out. I think New England goes in there next week and knocks off the Broncos. And we got this game going on right now. The Rams in Chicago. There's 1:27 left.
I know it. I told you I was rolling with ChatGPT. ChatGPT said Rams is going to the Super Bowl, go win it all. And this is what you call it. You never know. This is the test of the time. They got to pass this one against Chicago. Right now, they up.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know if either one of these teams could beat that Seahawks team in Seattle.
Yeah,
that defense is. Oh man, I looked wrong. There's 27 seconds left.
Yep, there's 27 seconds. 4th and 4.
Man, I need to get my readers.
Chicago has went for twice on 4th down and did not get either 4th down. So this is their third 4th down try.
Is it 4th and
4? They don't have to get the touchdown yet.
Just go for it. Get the first down.
And there, what? He got a touchdown.
You're ahead of me.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Wow. You talk about a prayer.
I know.
That was luck. That was luck.
Hot dog. And Rams ain't doing nothing in 18 seconds unless they want to do a bonehead Josh Allen play and, give it to the other team with 18 seconds left to kick a field goal and win.
They go for this? Do they go for it? Do they go for it to win this ball game here? Nah, they're kicking it.
Yeah. It's going to be an OT one.
Man.
So the first game was an OT, and the last game will be OT.
Yep. That is insane. Wow. I'd say this year's playoffs, it probably had to be probably the best it's been in NFL history. This year's. But
I thought that was going to be a dead duck. The way he threw it up there, I didn't think he had the arm to get it up there.
Was there a push off? They said that he pushed off, but
No, like,
nah, I couldn't see no push
nah,
off.
that's not a push off. That is not a push off. That's
It's just a bonehead play. Wow. Number 10 sitting there celebrating, and then he sees it in the other side. He's like, I can't believe what just happened. Well, there you go.
all right now. This is how Buffalo fans, I hope you are watching. This is how you play this out. 13 seconds left. He should take a knee.
Two timeouts?
Yeah, I got 2 timeouts in 13 seconds, but he should just go ahead and take a knee. I swear to goodness,
I don't think he will. I don't think he will. They'll throw it. They'll try one down the middle.
Yep,
And if not, then
yep, there he goes. There he goes. Smart people.
oh man. Wow.
Do not cost yourself the game because there was not enough time to do anything. Buffalo should have did that.
Okay, here's a question. If Chicago wins this, do they beat Seattle in Seattle?
No, I think the only team that has a chance to beat Seattle in Seattle is the Rams. And it's very thin right now, but the Rams have a better chance of winning that game. Caleb is not going to win that game.
Wow. This is insane. This is crazy.
You know what would be a good game, though? Seattle and New England.
Defense
Long as they don't do that bonehead stuff and get down on the 1 yard line, I'm going to throw it.
Oh, well, guess what? They got a guy who throws interceptions. Sam Darnold.
Yeah, this would be the reverse of that. He'd be like, get down on the 1 line. Like, we're going to put it in the running back's hand versus having Sam Donald throw it, and he fumbles the ball.
Yeah. That's it. Wow, man, I can't believe this.
Yeah, I like how they do it now. They want the ball second versus the first time because of the new rules and everything, because both teams going to get a chance to get the ball.
So that Chicago deferred it, right? Well, not deferred it, but
they chose the kickoff.
Kickoff, yeah. All right. Well, we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Heck yeah.
But you got anything else? This will be a short little episode.
Yeah, I got nothing else. Oh, I just wanted to remind the fans. Wondered if you thought about. I just thought about this. We're coming on the ends of season 2.
Oh man.
Because you know how we do it. Like after the Super Bowl, we done, and we'll take off until March. Madness.
Yeah, to March Madness. So yeah, I forgot about that. So we're getting
down to almost the end. Yeah, about 3 more episodes of episode 2, season 2. I mean,
I think we done a couple radio bonuses, audios in between that last year, didn't we?
Yeah, we did do.
But well, I didn't think about that until you just mentioned it.
I know. I was just thinking about that earlier today. I said, "Whoa, it's almost the end of our season."
So, if you don't have anything else, we'll do like we always do. At the end of each episode, if you're thinking about harming and hurting yourself, call that quick number 988, dial 1. That's the Veteran Crisis Line, 1-800-273-8255. Or just easiest way is dial that 988. And this is the crisis line for across the country. So
yeah, nationwide.
You don't have to be a veteran to call this. Also, if you're a veteran, go to the local VA medical center, go to the ER, tell them you need some help. They will get you in contact to the resources that you need.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to take that step. And also, we ain't mentioned this in a while. If there's any veterans out there that may be homeless or needing a place to stay, go to the local VA medical center. Get if you're not registered there, you're a vet. Get registered. They have help there to get you back on your feet, get you back in if you need a working. They got the program. It's called CWT program. Get you working.
Yes.
Um, I went in through that program to get hired on at the VA as well, but they got food banks that's going on at the VA. I know they do at our local VA
Hmm.
hospital. I'm assuming they do at other VA hospitals.
I would think
Um,
so too.
so there's sources there, resources there to utilize that a lot of times veterans don't know about. Um, but don't be afraid to take those first steps. Keep contact with your battle buddies. Any change in behavior, if you notice anything, try to talk to them. Try to get them, see if they get help.
Yep. Sometimes
Uh,
you got to be in your buddy's business. If he ain't right, just step into his business. Like you want to give him space, don't give him space because space is what usually leads to what they end up doing because they
yep, it
had
does.
space.
Well, that's all I got. You ain't got anything else, Beans?
I got nothing else.
Well, y'all have a good night. Stay safe, and we'll see you live next Sunday.
All righty.
Have a
Stay
good one.
safe.